Hello, everybody. Pretty good story today. It's my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. My late dad. I got a little story here and a couple pictures. Dad was a mine rescue team leader, and his teams won 3 national championships. He's listed in the Mine Rescue Hall of Fame and was considered one of the top experts in the world for mine rescue. He was also a husband, father, and friend to many. Almost always happy and very funny, Dad was a good man. He quit talking to me for the last 3 years of his life, and I believe the reason was that he knew about the crimes at my home and didn't want to say anything to me. Sadly, he died on March 20th, 2017. Certain comments were made that convinced me that he knew about the crimes being committed against me, but he took that to the grave. I'm going to show you one here in a minute. Those crimes still continue to this day. My best guess is that he was protecting somebody in the family, but there are many things that I don't know. Okay, I'm going to show you a few pictures here, and this will be a short video. Here's Dad, and it's showing here he's with the he's recognized by the U.S. Department of Energy, the DOE, during her visit in 1994. And it's saying he led the Waste Isolation Pilot Plant Rescue Team to 3 national championships and recognized by the Mine Safety and Health Administration as a top trainer in the country. Okay. We're very proud of Dad. Here he is with lots of his trophies and his hat, mine rescue shirt, and he did that all the time, traveling around the country. Here's Dad and me when I was 4 years old. Okay, this is Mom and Dad when they were younger. This is Dad with my grandsons from over in Artesia there. That's before he died. Dad died in 2017. And I'm going to show you one other story here, which is connected. And I'll talk about Dad here in a minute. Burglary of habitation. One day, Dad and I was talking about the burglar that accidentally got trapped in my guest bathroom on the day of the murder attempt. And he got angry and said, "Yeah, but you had the doors tie-wired shut. You had the safety off on your shotgun." And I said, "I was under a home invasion." Dad was trying to say that it was my fault that some criminals broke into my home and shot me. This told me that he knew about the crimes at my home. That also explains why he quit talking to me for the last 3 years of his life. After I survived the murder attempt and returned, I found this room. This is the bathroom where the picture's being taken out of, towards the hallway. My bedroom's on the right, living room's in the middle. What I'm pointing out is at the top of the inside door jamb are pry marks on the top of the door. That's what told me that I had trapped somebody in that room when I tie-wired the door shut that day. I'd recognized some criminal was in my home again. I'd been reporting repeated burglaries to my home, and when I tie-wired the doors, I trapped a burglar and didn't know it. I was on the other side of the door with a gun. And here's the nurse's notes from the hospital that night, and I'm saying that I tie-wired my doors shut. I was tie-wired my doors to keep them out, is what I said. And I'm gonna show you a little bit more here on the comments. Then we'll be done. Okay, minutes after the murder attempt, MPD Officer April Chandler writes that I caused myself to suffer a gunshot wound. Just like my dad, she was trying to blame me for criminals breaking into my home and shooting me. So I heard that, that same weird, criminals break in my home and shoot me, and they try to blame me for it, And all I'm at home minding my own business, trying to stop these thieves from breaking into my home that are backed up by these dirty cops, And so I want to show you here. This is time stamped at 11:03. I crawled out at 10:42. That's how quick it was. 21 minutes later, Officer April Chandler's filling out this emergency detention form for the Midland Memorial Hospital right here, and she writes at the bottom, "Mr. Webb showed paranoia to the extent that she started to write, he shot himself, and she scribbled it out. And she changed her wording to say, he caused himself to suffer a gunshot wound to the ankle." And see, the thing is proof shows I was not shot with my gun. She was trying to blame me for criminals breaking in my home and shoot me. And I think a lot of people, my dad, her, and other people, they tried to blame me because this burglar got trapped, and that burglar was trapped while committing a felony. Because burglary of a habitation is a felony. You can't break into a private home, and that's what they did. They broke into my home. I'd been reporting it. maintenance, And I was just pointing out below it, going, look here, notice that April Chandler started to write that I shot myself, and scribbled it out. She knew I didn't. This is the last comment, and it was Kelly who was writing. I don't really understand, and talk about my dad's. It doesn't make sense unless he really knew, really did know why you were shot. It's heartbreaking. And I said, I believe that Dad knew about the $1 million underground home in the backyard, and the many homes with people in the attic, which I now believe included my home in Hobbs, Mexico, that was built by my first in-laws, Ann and Don Calloway. I was transferred from Hobbs to Midland in 2008. Dad married Ann after I survived the murder attempt. So Dad married my first mother-in-law is what happened. And she was the builder of my Hobbs home. And I believe that Hobbs home was rigged. And that was part of the reason coming to Midland and buying a rigged home here. It seems clear to me that Dad knew who shot me, and he never believed the lie that I shot myself. As I said, I think he was protecting somebody in my family. Possibly some of them were here when I was shot, and I'm just praying not one of them tried to murder me, As I was told in so many words that a lot of people were here. The ex-wife had told me, you don't know how many lives you ruined with your idiocy, telling me there was a lot of people here. Where were they? In the underground home in the backyard. I have a video called The Hobbs Home, and it talks about the evidence I found that's convinced me the Hobbs home was rigged. And like I said, the Hobbs home was built by Ann and Don Calloway. My dad married Ann Calloway after I survived the murder attempt, and they quit talking to me. So that now you know the rest of the story. I don't know the rest of the story, though. This is Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.